Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? I want to welcome you all to Spring's annual day. And we haven't hosted one of these in a while, but we are super excited to celebrate our 8th birthday with you. And it is wonderful to see so many of you here from around the world, many of you in Canada, and also representing so many of the different groups and communities that we work with, entrepreneurs, investors, aspiring entrepreneurs and aspiring investors, and of course our incredible partners and sponsors. So thank you. I just wanted to set the scene and say a few words to welcome you all, and ultimately let us get on with a wonderful evening of connecting conversations and building community. So I've been at Spring over the past 2.5 years, and there's been some incredible growth going on behind the scenes in terms of our activities, but also our impact. And I want to give a huge shout out to our incredible team and the growing team that's enabled this. It's also testament to the inspiring, purpose-driven entrepreneurs that we're working with. And as I mentioned, our partners and our generous sponsors. So I'm not going to reel off all the details from our impact report, but I would highly recommend you read it. Our team has spent a lot of time and effort really distilling all the exciting things we've been up to in that. And so I'll just go through a couple of highlights that really excite me. As I mentioned, growing team. So we've gone from 9 to 20 incredible people, expanding beyond Vancouver to Toronto, San Francisco, and Oakland over the past fiscal year. And I'm looking forward to you all connecting together tonight and hearing about, what impact means to each of them and also their entrepreneurial journeys to date. And all this growth has enabled us to reach over 2,100 entrepreneurs, of which over half of those have been in our last fiscal. So you can really see how much we've been driving for results, one of our key values, and also making an impact around the world. And some of those themes that you'll see are around deepening our impact, not just broadening. So our team has specialist expertise in impact investing, food innovation and sustainability. We've been growing our impact, so those numbers represent reach at local community level, such as through our resilience program, at national level with our impact investor challenges, and international programs from Southeast Asia to the Balkans, where Keith is today. And it's also enabled us to diversify our impact. And yes, we definitely have a journey to go on this, but over the past 2 years, we've run dedicated programs for female founders, Black female entrepreneurs, and also really proud through our work in impact investing to be demystifying and democratizing investing for non-accredited investors as well as accredited. I also want to give a huge shout out to Hina and the rest of the team for our recent B Corp recertification, which for those of you who have been through it, you recognize what an incredible and intense process that can be. It was a chance for us to really evaluate the impact we had across all of our ways of doing business, not just the headline figures in terms of our programs and entrepreneurs and investors reached, but really thinking about things from governance to our own carbon footprint. And it also is a really handy way of giving us a detailed roadmap for the ways in which we can continue to improve and deepen our impact. So this is definitely a learning journey for us and exciting to think about the years ahead as to how we can grow, how we can develop. And along a similar vein, we continue to be members of the 1% for the Planet initiative. Again, if that's new to you, I highly recommend you look into it. And essentially, we donate 1% of our revenue to fantastic not-for-profits that our team chose, most of them Vancouver or Canada-based, and that resonated with the business models and the approaches that we like to support. And so our featured partner that, again, I recommend you checking out is Canopy. And they are another Vancouver-based organization with global reach. They protect the world's forest through looking into alternatives to paper and plastics. And all this growth in our team, in how many people we're reaching, and how many partners we're working with, and now working across more than 50 different communities, has definitely come with a lot of lessons learned, a lot of reflection and personal and professional development within our team. That's definitely an area which we've really invested in over the past year or two. And again, I just have to recognize and honor the entrepreneurial spirit, the initiative and insightfulness of our team, and also our wider community that's enabled us to do this. And the journey definitely continues as we scale and go through those inevitable growing pains and the excitement that comes with it. So I will be handing over to Keith, pre-recorded Keith, but just to say in closing that I'm thrilled to welcome you all to today's event, and encourage you to enjoy the lightning talks from the Spring community members. So thank you for those. And also hearing from inspiring Spring alumni in the fireside chats and connecting with the wider community. So thanks again and have a wonderful time.
Hi, everyone. This is Keith, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Spring. I know so many of you, and I'm excited to welcome you to Annual Day. And over the last 2 years, it's been a time of phenomenal change. Everything from remote working to the rise of clean tech as mainstream investing to the emergence of circular economy and plastic waste reduction as meaningful opportunities for creating lasting impact. There's so many amazing things that have happened over the last 2 years. And, as I look ahead to 2022 and beyond, again, more work in those areas, right? The rise of impact investing, more and more work being done around sustainable food and sustainability in general. The global movement and the ability for people to move cross-border, whether it's for investing or for market opportunity, the rise of small communities. There's just so much to be excited about. I'm just really thankful that you're part of our community, and I hope you have an opportunity to enjoy this wonderful time at the event, and I look forward to sharing this journey with you in 2022.
Hi, everybody. I am Graham Day. I am the Program Director for Investment for Spring. I joined last year at about this time and have been part of this incredible expansion of the Spring team and all the programs. And so today I get to talk a little bit about the programs that are up and coming for 2022. As you might know, Spring works with 3 different types of clients. We work with entrepreneurs, we work with investors, and we also work with support organizations in what we call the innovation ecosystem. We've got a lot of exciting programming coming up for this year, and just here's a small snapshot of that. On the entrepreneur side, where we've been working the longest, we are adapting a current program that we have known as Resilience, which we started to help entrepreneurs deal with the effects of the onset of COVID. And we're pivoting that to a program that helps execute on those plans and moves forward with hopefully COVID starting to appear in the rearview mirror. When it comes to our food programming, for which we have some incredible experts on the team, we are focusing more on sustainability and impact. So you'll see programs and webinars coming up on that, and encourage you to join. Our Impact Startup Visa program is another successful program of ours. We are now on the 8th cohort for that, and which has been exciting. This is a program that helps companies launch, new Canadians launch and expand their businesses in Canada, and in the process obtain a visa. We're also going to start an incubator program around that, so not just to help expand existing companies, but also launch new ones. And finally, on that entrepreneur pillar, we are 2022 is the year that we are launching the Spring Leadership Institute, which will deliver programs to support mental health and emotional well-being for business leaders. So watch out for some great programming around that. Moving to the investment pillar, that's the pillar I lead. We are ever expanding our network of early stage angel investors, and we're doing that primarily via these programs that we call investor challenges. And those are a cohort-based program where we help a group of investors make an investment in a purpose-driven company. And we do that with some extremely exciting partners that we're very proud to work with, such as Vancouver Economic Commission, TELUS Pollinator Fund, Yukon University, amongst others. So excited to channel more capital to very deserving solutions that many of you fantastic entrepreneurs are bringing to the stage. And finally, we work on the ecosystem, of course, as I mentioned, where we help other accelerators and support organizations grow their capacity and create thriving entrepreneur ecosystems and networks. And there we have the privilege of working not just in Canada, but around the world. We have clients in Vietnam, Jordan, Switzerland. You heard Keith is in Sarajevo, Bosnia right now. And so we're excited to continue to do more of that work. So lots coming up. You can hear all about it through on our social media, of course, and our newsletters. We're just excited to be part of that. And thank you so much for joining us here today to learn a bit about it. Over to you, Allison.
Hi, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, sure. This is really weird because I cannot hear anything. And I don't know what happened. I'm going to wing it. This is what we do. Hi, welcome, everyone. I see Graham doing this, so it's kind of like, yeah, honestly, I can hear, so I'm going to just wing this. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the lightning talk portion of today's event. My name is Allison Gibson, and I'm the Director of Operations, or Program Operations, sorry, not all operations, I don't want that. Director of Program Operations at Spring, and I'm going to be your moderator for the next 15 minutes. And this is going to be a fun social experiment because, I don't know, I can't hear. I love this. Anywho, here's how the lightning talks are going to work. We've called upon 4 great impact leaders from our network who are all super important members of the Spring community and just our overall ecosystem. Each person will have 2.5 minutes to deliver their talk and share insights into how they were able to advance their impact in 2021 and a bit about what their impact plans are for 2022 and beyond. So we have 4 panelists that I'll quickly introduce, and they are RK, who is joining us from Toronto, Sarah Sterling, who is joining us from Guatemala, Shivam Kishore from Vancouver, and Sean Burke, who is also from Vancouver. Each guest speaker will share details about who they are and what they do as part of their live talk, with the exception of Shivam, who has submitted an awesome video in lieu of joining us today on the virtual stage. So we have a cool video from him. But let's get started. So first up, we have RK, who is the founder of Growth Recipes and is based in Toronto.
I suspect we're waiting for RK to come on.
Hi.
There he is.
Hi.
Perfect.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. Great. So today marks the first year anniversary of me being accepted into the Spring ISV program, actually. So it's a very special day for me and our startup as well. So here we go. Hi, everyone. My name is Radhakrishnan KG. However, I am known as RK among my peers. I am currently in Toronto, and I just moved here from India a couple of months ago on the Startup Visa program, incubated by Spring. So I was a part of the cohort number 6, along with my co-founder, Ms. Shivani Gupta at Growth Recipes. I founded a digital marketing agency called Web Namaste in the year 2008, right in the middle of the recession. My very first client was a famous Canadian internet marketer during those times, Mr. Alex Gode. Ever since, we have helped more than 400 clients from 21 countries to launch, scale, and grow their business online. 2021 has been a milestone year in terms of establishing my new startup called Growth Recipes, and as an official business registered in Vancouver. It was the year of a long recovery from COVID, attending Spring's incubation program virtually, gaining insights and feedback from dozens of mentors, and preparing for my big move to Canada. I'm on a mission to help entrepreneurs and business owners become better marketers so they can build better and scale faster. Entrepreneurs are the driving force of the economy, and it is my belief that we, as entrepreneurs, have the power to create a real impact on people's lives. In 2022, I plan to have a team of 10 people working with me full-time at our startup in Toronto. We will be helping entrepreneurs grow their businesses by leveraging digital marketing and growth hacks through our platform called Growth Recipes. We also have aggressive plans to establish partnerships with very influential founders and marketers to promote our Growth Recipes platform among their audience. Furthermore, we will also be expanding our recipes to include more aspects of business growth for e-commerce businesses and startups. I would also like to speak at various startup-related events and conferences in North America about building growth engines that help startups and business owners achieve more predictable and scalable business growth. As an entrepreneur myself, I am very passionate about helping other entrepreneurs grow their business, and I aspire to play a crucial role in spreading entrepreneurship across the world. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share my story.
All right, I'm going to assume that lovely smile meant you were finished. And I see everyone saying you were amazing. So you were amazing. Thank you so much for sharing those, what I'm sure were wonderful words of wisdom. Next, we're joined by Sarah Sterling. Sarah is a program catalyst at conveners.org and is based in Guatemala. I want some of that warmth and the beauty. But yeah, over to you. Take it away.
Thanks so much, Allison. And thank you so much for the opportunity to have a short bit of time with you all. We are huge fans of Spring. We've been partners with Spring for quite a while, thanks to one of our co-founders, Avery Kent. And so as Allison mentioned, I'm the program catalyst for conveners.org. I wear several hats of the organization, especially for this year, which I'll get to in a second. But primarily I run our membership community, and we have a very robust membership community that's highly engaged, full of impact leaders from different organizations from all over the world that come together in spaces that we create for them and resources that we create for them to level up their convening and make it more of a heart-centered, human-centered view of gathering. And so I just invite any of you who are interested in joining our community, Spring is a member and a very active member, to just contact me at sarah@conveners.org. I can put my email in the chat later. And then for 2022, 2.5 minutes. We have a lot of plans for this year. A lot of them are around both our membership community and catalyzing, activating resources for our members and engaging them with one another. But also we have an advisory services arm, which is kind of our impact consulting arm of the organization. And so we're really looking to work with large foundations, even corporates this coming year, universities, to help them either ideate, brainstorm, and launch their own gatherings, or even run facilitation and training cohorts for them. And so we're looking forward to really partnering both with Spring or any of you all that are excited about creating impact in the world and amplifying that impact to work together. So that's sort of my invitation. And I know that I probably don't have that much time left, but again, so happy to be here for Spring's annual day. I've never been to this event before. And again, if any of you are in Guatemala, you have a home here. So feel free to reach out to me, and looking forward to connecting with all of you later. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Sarah. Sure, it was lovely. I saw lots of smiles from you, so I'm sure whatever you shared was just wonderful. Up next, we actually have a video. As mentioned, Shivam was not able to join us in person, but he is the manager of economic transformation with the Vancouver Economic Commission. That's a tongue twister, and is based in Vancouver, BC. So we will watch a wonderful video from him now.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shivam Kishore, and I am coming to you from Vancouver, the ancestral and the unceded territories of the Musqueam, the Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. I work with the Vancouver Economic Commission, which is the economic think tank for the city of Vancouver, and I oversee projects and programs to grow the tech and the innovation economy in our region. What inspires me to create impact is that I consider myself very lucky to be a part of the group that has the privilege to work towards creating a better future, a more resilient future. However, for the many, both here in Canada and across the globe, this privilege simply does not exist. For many, day-to-day survival is the prime concern. And if we are to progress as a society, this fundamental inequity must be addressed and overcome. And we need our collective intelligence and will to come together towards alleviating this inequity. And I count myself very lucky to play a small role in it. How am I planning to expand my impact in 2022 is by actively seeking opportunities to engage in work that seeks to progress global equity through intentional application of emerging technologies and innovation. One example that I would like to share with you is our Angels for Climate Solutions program, which we are running currently in collaboration with Spring and other amazing entities in our ecosystem, with the goal to catalyze early stage capital to scale climate technologies. And the key principle that we're trying to ensure in running this program is that the participant pool reflects the economic, social, and racial diversity that is indicative of the regions where we live. And I'm very, very excited to really
Oh, okay. Maybe technical difficulties. I mean, you're seeing it live. I love this. This is what happens with events. It can't always be perfect. So sorry about that. We'll see if we can get the video queued up again so that we can hear the rest. Well, you can hear the rest of, I'm sure, what was lovely that was being shared. But we'll hop to our next and, of course, last but not least, panelist today, and that's Sean Burke, who is the founder and CEO of Checking In, and Sean is also based in Vancouver. So over to you, Sean.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me here. I'm Sean, the founder and CEO of Checking In, and we're a mental health platform here to support everyday people as they navigate the challenges and difficulties and uncertainties of life. Today, I put together just a little bit of an interactive presentation, and I hope to get everybody's participation in the chat function here. So what I've done here is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to bring up a couple of images. And when I bring up these images, I want you to write one feeling word. So how does this image make you feel? One word in the chat. COVID-19. Our current state of democracy. Climate crisis. Working from home. Different social movements. And of course, the classic Zoom or hop in here. And I'm seeing lots of anxious, angry, stress, fearful, grief. But the reality of this is that when we look at where we're currently at, it's not that great. People are feeling more lonely and isolated, exhausted and burnt out, anxious, stressed. I'm seeing tons of overwhelmed, meh. And the reality, the main takeaway from this is that if you're experiencing any of these feelings, that is completely normal. And in fact, you're with the majority of people. And so the question that we asked here at Checking In is there something that we could do about it? Could we support employers to support their employees and from a mental health perspective? And that's exactly what Checking In does. It's a mental health platform that provides a just-in-time solution for individuals to first of all, build a self-awareness practice and identify that current feeling or emotional state that they're in, as well as their energy levels, in order to provide them then with tools and solutions that are specific to those feelings to process and work through them. Along the way, individuals are going to get different customized insights that are going to support them building a proactive mental health practice. And in addition, we're coming in and working with organizations to bring a new program each month to highlight different well-being areas of people's lives and understand how that's ultimately showing up for people. We also integrate with the company's benefits to show people and help them make use of those benefits. So it's a complementary solution to tools that already exist within organizations. And lastly, it's really about reducing the stigma around mental health and building psychological safe places for people to see how the entire organization is doing. Now, this is obviously all confidential and aggregated to present that sort of sentiment, but that's what we're doing here at Checking In. And to date, we worked with over 263 companies, primarily in North America, and now we're seeing over 12,000 users. So some of the names that you might be familiar with, both for-profit, not-for-profits, small and medium-sized businesses and large businesses as well. So if this is you and you are an employee of any organization and are interested in bringing Checking In to your organization, you can reach out to me, Sean@checkingin.co. And we're just really grateful to be part of a great community trying to support people with their mental health. And that's it.
I'm going to assume you're done. I saw lips stop moving. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for sharing what I could tell were very impressive stats. 83% of us are stressed out or overwhelmed or exhausted. That stat hit home for me. So what we're going to do quickly is backtrack, and we're going to play the last 20 seconds or so of Shivam's video just so we can wrap that up. And then I'll be back to tell you what's next.
Economic, social, and racial diversity that is indicative of the regions where we live. And I'm very, very excited to really to continue to grow and scale the program this year and for years to come, and very excited to be a part of a global community that is seeking to create impact on a day-to-day basis. Thank you.
I'm back. See? So happy that we got to play the rest of that. I hope everybody was able to enjoy that video as well as the talks. And, you know, that's such a concentrated dose of like impact and motivation that I hoped you all loved. So thank you to RK, Sarah, Shivam for the video, and Sean for sharing your insights and goals and also stats with us. Really appreciate that. It was a pleasure to share this virtual stage with you despite the technical difficulties, and the Spring team and our entire network actually look forward to seeing you and your plans come to fruition. I hope your words like deeply resonated with some, or people have takeaways based off of this lightning talk, and that it was inspiring. So thank you again for all of you for joining us. Okay, so my time is almost up. We're going to move on from the lightning talk portion, and I'm going to introduce the next portion and then try and figure out my audio so I can also participate. So next up, we have an opportunity to network and engage via virtual networking booths. I'm going to share the themes of the booths and let you know how to access them, and then off we go. So there are 5 booths, but 4 of them have themes. So the 4 themes are support for resilience, insight to staying resilient in times of crisis. The next one is making early stage venture impact. Sorry, I'll start again. Making early stage venture impact investing more accessible. The third is integrating impact into your business. And the 4th is navigating Canada's unique ecosystem, finding the community to catalyze your business impact. The 5th is just a general networking room in case you just want to hang out and chit chat and see what's going on. To access the booths, you simply have to toggle to sessions, which is on the left-hand side of your screen, and choose the room that interests you most. Each booth will have a Spring team member along with members of our Spring community engaging in conversation. And you can join in if you'd like, two ways. You can join in the conversation by just simply turning on your audio or video and asking a question or sharing a comment or feedback, or you can simply engage via the chat if that's easier for you. So up to you, and thank you so much. Enjoy the networking.